Okay, people, Boruto chapter 75 spoilers are out, and this is the one, people. If you've been following Boruto over the years, you know over the last year and some change at the very least, fans have been screaming for, dog, we need something to shake things up. You know what I'm saying? We need that massive plot twist. In particular, we need to find out more about Amado. In last chapter, he basically hinted that, okay, I'm going to tell you guys everything. I'm going to give you guys the full picture, and we got some early spoilers for Boruto. There might be a second edition of this video later on in the day, depending on how the spoilers come in, because apparently this is a very heavy chapter, but this is bombshells, people. This chapter has bombshell after bombshell from what I can already gather regarding Amado, future of Otsutsuki, the future in general. There is so much, and yeah, it's a good time once again, finally, to be a Boruto fan. Let's check these spoilers out, baby. Let's do it. And first up, of course, we have the colored covered page for Boruto chapter 75 titled The Realm of God, or it can also be read as God's Domain. And it has Damon on the cover, very drippy. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think it's very much so representative of the chapter. Then again, usually these chapters don't really have too much, or the cover pages, shall I say, have too much like, hey, this is everything the chapter is about, minus if they put Momoshiki, then you know he's gonna get a moment or two. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a really awesome looking cover, but yeah, it doesn't really tell you too much about the epicness that's in store. But either way, the Realm of God or God's Domain. Then we got the second one, and shout out to Abdul Zoldak for all this. Chapter begins by Amado telling Naruto and Shikamaru about Damon and Ada's abilities, such as seeing the past and the present. Damon with attack reflection. Kawaki thinks about slapping Damon with intent to hurt and gets slap reflected, maybe. So it looks as though, once again, at the very least in some parts of this chapter, Damon is God, and that's probably why the chapter is called God's Domain, because they're talking about Damon. I ain't gonna lie though, yeah, that's not a nice sign to start. I know there's other way crazier stuff in this chapter, but hearing that Kawaki is getting slapped around by Damon again doesn't really sound that enticing. Looking at some of the pictures that we have from the chapter, some of the panels, the leaks, yeah, it does look like Kawaki got smacked himself and Damon's just laughing at him. That's not the greatest, but let's carry on, because the next one right here is gonna knock you out your socks. You're gonna be like, woo, okay, Boruto, we back, because it says here, Amado tells Naruto about a new Otsutsuki god named Shibai or Shibai. Ada and Damon were created using a part of this god's DNA. Oh my god. And then we got the actual panels here. First of all, one of them looks amazing. This is right here. Okay, Ikamoto, thank you. Thank you for really putting in work, because this Otsutsuki god with the two horns on each side. Oh my god. And then we got another one of seeing this Otsutsuki from behind with the tree, the chakra fruit tree or whatnot. What is it? Shinju, if I'm not mistaken. The Shinju tree. We got that, and then we even got another panel of him again, and I could already tell. It looks like, thank goodness, we're heading back to some of the stuff that was really popping in Boruto. Like, you know, a lot of people, they have their criticisms regarding the Otsutsuki and how they were managed, but either way, that is one of the biggest lores about Boruto that has been very intriguing from the start, when we get Tonetti, to then getting Momoshiki, to even in the anime, them putting Urashiki, even though Urashiki was a little here and there, whatnot, but then of course Ishiki Otsutsuki himself. Like, this is a very freaking huge deal. And okay, I wonder if this was actually hinted back when Sasuke was looking for the Otsutsuki. Remember, there was like a temple, and there was like, I even remember, now that I think of it, one pillar in particular that was like destroyed in the temple that Ishiki was staying at or whatnot. Maybe that was Shibai's. Hey, this is getting crazy. I gotta lie, I'm so hyped right now. Delta appears in front of Mitsuki and Sarada unexpectedly and requests to meet Ada. Sumire rushes over and puts Delta to sleep by saying her command words. Interesting. So it looks like Delta was getting ready to throw down with some Ada. Oh my god, can the plot just stop from, you know what I'm saying, stopping this cat fight? All right, I want to see it. I ain't gonna lie. Again, the art it looks like, I don't know, dog. I don't know if it's because of these spin-offs or what, but Ikamoto was kind of snapping in this one. Delta looks really, really nice in this chapter in particular, and that's crazy that Sumire, the little kid, is coming with the command words. Yo, dog, Amado, you putting out a lot of business out there. You giving their command words away. Okay, all right. Then the next one, bombshell. You ready for the bombshell? Bombshell! Amado's daughter, Akibi, died of a disease, so in desperation, he tried to make a clone of her with Delta. So all of the speculation about who's this, that, and the third, I'll be honest with you. Initially, I thought it was going to be Delta. Then when Ada was introduced, I was like, no, it's definitely Ada. It gotta be Ada. Then going back to this Delta stuff, part of me feels like a lot of this plot almost was built up during the Ishiki stuff and then just sat on for, the last year and some change of what we had to only revisit yet again the initial theories that people had about 2 years ago now regarding Amado and his connection with these kids and these robots and whatnot. And it also makes you wonder, okay, so in his desperation to create his daughter and using the Shibai DNA for Ada and Damon, did he use that same DNA for Delta as well and the rest of them, Boro and them, or how did that work? A lot to speculate. Amado tried to transfer his daughter's consciousness and memory into her clone, but it didn't work. That's when Ishiki met Amado and told Amado that he will help revive his daughter. So essentially how their pair up began was a distraught father. His daughter got really sick and passed away, and in an attempt to bring back his daughter's memory, so to speak, into this new body, he trusted Ishiki Otsutsuki, essentially. He trusted Jigen Ishiki, basically, and that's how their partnership was formed. Very, very interesting. How the hell did Ishiki find him? How did they find each other? I mean, you could throw the argument, yo, dog, he's a crafty scientist. He's doing everything possible to get his daughter back. Could very well be. Amado wishes Kawaki to embed a karma onto a new clone, which will allow Amado to transfer his daughter's memories and consciousness. Amado says that karma is like a divine power, and he still hasn't given up on his daughter. That's what he needs Kawaki for. So essentially, he's using Kawaki to bring his daughter back, seemingly. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. We gotta keep this into perspective as well, if there's more to it. Because how many times already now Amado has given a little bit of truth, a little bit of embellishment, a little bit of like, you don't really know which way I'm going with it. It's kind of been one of those with Amado, so it's a little tough to say if this is all that there is or if there's something more that he's leaving out of why he needs Kawaki. But yeah, that would make so much sense as to why he's been so desperate with Kawaki and this whole karma situation. Like, he's doing it at all costs, but at the same time, you gotta think, dog, he's fighting aliens and doing all sorts of stuff just to bring back his revived daughter. Like, hypothetically speaking, you did all of this, right? You brought your daughter back, but then you couldn't defeat Ishiki. What was the point of bringing, you know what I'm saying, your daughter back into a world where she's only gonna get slaughtered again by these aliens? Like, Amado, a little sus there, mate, but also basically using another kid as a sacrifice for your kid. A little morally corrupt, no? Amado tells everyone about the death of his daughter, but Shikamaru requests Ada to look into the past and confirm the events. Jeez Louise, Shikamaru is not playing. He's like, nah, we gonna be for certain on this one, dog. Naruto and Boruto both think that it's going a bit too far. Turns out it's all true. Shikamaru, I'm just doing my job. Yo, sometimes you need the hard ass to come in and do what needs to be done, despite the fact that it may come across as cruel and unusual and all of that stuff. Shikamaru really took up the mantle of what Asuma left behind in his father. It's those tough calls that, yo, it is what it is. You got to make them. Somebody got to do them. Somebody got to get things going. Shout outs to Shikamaru for that. And just in general, holy shit. So they actually got a chance to get a glimpse of it, and Ada actually complied because she's so desperate for Kawaki. And then here, another major one. Apparently, Boruto gets a glimpse into the future, and we get to see a Sage Mode Mitsuki. Now, we're going to analyze these panels real quick, right? Because one panel is, you see Boruto with, it looks like a Byakugan in his eye, I'm assuming, if I'm not mistaken. And you see, like, the Hokage Monument. We see a couple of different things. We see Shikamaru, Chocho, and Inojin. It looks like they're combating. But then the next page over is, again, when you see Boruto's eye, he's seen the future clearly. Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki. And it looks like Kawaki is attacking from behind. I'm going to call it right now when 1,000,000,000%. This is the Kawaki retrieval arc that he is seeing the future. He is seeing Kawaki as he is leaving the village, leaving into the time skip, leading into the time skip for that matter. Holy shit, why aren't we at this moment? That's a question, I ain't gonna lie, that definitely needs and leads a little room to be examined of why we're not here. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be seeing that this is about to happen. We should be witnessing this happening right now. That's all I'm gonna say on that, because this looks epic as hell. It looks like, and also the fact that Mitsuki is going Sage mode. Dog, you know that using Sage mode is very taxing on his body. Orochimaru couldn't go Sage mode to begin with, and he's a clone of Orochimaru. Holy shit, the Kawaki retrieval arc. What a way to get a teaser for an arc, honestly. Like, now that I think of it, it's freaking madness. And also, again, it looks like just everybody's going to be going after Kawaki to stop him, and it looks like it's probably the nighttime. So again, it's basically Sasuke retrieval all over again is what it looks like it's going to come down to when it's all said and done regarding Kawaki. Then the next one, last page of the chapter, Boruto's expression, side text, facts revealed one after another, and suddenly the sight that Boruto saw was him losing everything, more than likely. More than likely, Momoshiki made him see the vision of losing everything. And like I said, there probably will be one more video depending on what else is revealed from these spoilers, because this chapter is extremely text heavy and reveals so much information that they weren't able to provide the full-on translations going, but probably later today or tomorrow we'll get the translations. And goddamn Boruto. And it seems like this was the chapter we've been waiting damn near all year for. Damn near all of last year for too, and the year before that, when it comes to finding out about Amado and his daughters. And there's still so much more, right? Because we find out about this Otsutsuki god. That's where he got the DNA to create such godly creatures as Daemon. Oh my god, now that I think about it, yo, I was joking about Daemon being the sage of six paths, all that shit. They really are gods. If basically they're Mitsukis of this Otsutsuki god, like, because Mitsuki's a clone, they're just clones essentially of this Otsutsuki god. And I feel like there's still more. Even though he told everything about his past and they had Ada look, I feel like there's still more to it, because again, okay, you used that DNA for them. Did you use the DNA for Delta? What's up with Delta? Because again, it feels like those are previous plot threads that were put together early on by Kodachi before they removed Ukyo Kodachi as writer of the Boruto manga and kind of just set it aside, introduced a whole bunch of new characters, and now they're revisiting it. And part of me feels like it might have been a little more impactful with the Delta thing when Delta was a little more relevant, because Delta, she'd been here and there since her return in the manga, but before she was very prevalent and she was a big force. So I'm very curious as to where the heck this is all going. Are we going to eventually see that Otsutsuki god? Is that going to be the big thread? Is Amado himself the Otsutsuki god? Dog, we got to see the Kawaki retrieval, a glimpse of it at the very least, seemingly with Sage Mode Mitsuki and Sarada going up against Kawaki. Oh my god, this is the best Boruto chapter of 2022, period, bar none. Like, there was some cool stuff at the beginning of this year with, you know, Boruto and Kawaki and Stab and all that was all groovy. This right here moved everything immensely, gave us massive information, and finally we understand a little bit more into what Amado has been facing. So as for now, at the very least, it looks like the whole Kawaki from the future being Amado thing might be a little bit of a stretch, but considering the fact that he's counting on karma to be able to revive his daughter's memory into this body, does say something in terms of, like, karma's hacks. Karma has crazy properties and we only know the tip of the iceberg, so there's a lot more to it. And god damn it, I can't wait. Like, whatever spoilers come next, I'm here for it. Or if it's the full chapter, this is the Boruto manga I want to be reading. This is what I'm looking forward to. Curious what you guys think about this whole situation. Is that the Kawaki retrieval arc that we saw a glimpse of based on that vision that Boruto got? Your thoughts on the Otsutsuki god? Your thoughts on Delta being Amado's daughter and him doing all of this to bring his daughter back? Although, again, counterintuitive, you're bringing to life one of the greatest monstrosities, Ishiki Otsutsuki, to bring your daughter back, but then wouldn't that, you know, she would die, chakra fruit. And your overall thoughts and expectations for Boruto Manga 76. I need this chapter. Now! That's all I have for this one on ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Definitely you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified. Yeah, big spoilers in the world of Boruto, Naruto, and everything to do, like madness. Hit them buttons.